everyone. Welcome to this day. It is Monday, and it is December 12th. We have one meeting to tell you about, and that is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It will be the GRF Maintenance and Construction Special Meeting that will be in Clubhouse 5, as well as virtual and televised right here on Village Television at 1 p.m. On our show today, we have Joan Milliman, who is Madam Secretary for the Golden Rain Foundation, and she has an update for us. And then we have Tracy and Ron Murray, who are here on behalf of the Zumba and Self-Defense Recreation classes. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we had quite a downpour yesterday, and we are expected rain today, at least through 1 o'clock this afternoon. You may want to check your local AccuWeather to see just when the rain will stop, but right now we are guessing around noon. 54-41, 58-41, 59-44, 62-47, and 60-48. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:46, and our sunset will be at 4:43. Now, just to let you know that Resident Service is always here for you, and they are ready to assist you. However, there are some time frames that are much busier than others. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., especially today on Mondays, that is a very busy time frame. So they ask that you try to call during off-peak hours between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. and wait maybe till Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday if possible. Of course, Resident Services number is 949-597-4600. All right, when we come back, we will have Madam Secretary Joan Milliman, so stick around.
My name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. With 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
As I mentioned, we have Joan Milliman here, who is the Secretary for the Golden Rain Foundation. Welcome, nice to see you.
It's nice to be here.
Thanks for coming in on this rainy morning. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Swim here.
Almost drowned on the way.
So, Madam Secretary, I just love saying that. So, you know, it's a very important job. And, you know, you have to take lots of notes because you need to record a lot of things. But then you want me to ask you the question, you know, how does the secretary relate to the table? Well, first of all, what's the table? And then, of course, how does the secretary relate to the table?
Well, the table is the table.
You mean the table? Okay.
The secretary used to be known as the clerk of the meeting.
Right.
and the clerk sat at a table in the meeting. And the motion could be, a motion that was not to be discussed was placed on the table during an urgent matter, something that would interrupt the meeting, and it was important. And so they'd lay it on the table and then take it up after that matter was done. And they have to take it off the table.
I see.
So today, we have the motion to lay on the table. Not the secretary, excuse me.
Okay.
So the motion to table something's usually used incorrectly today. They usually mean postpone something for a time, but that's not what's said. So if you lay something on the table, you have to take it off, and that requires another motion and so on. But it's unfair to just, you can leave it on the table, and if you left it on the table for the next meeting, it kills that motion.
But that doesn't happen, does it?
It's not supposed to.
Yeah.
So the proper use is to temporarily set something aside so that something urgent can be addressed. Like the governor is going to visit in the middle of or perhaps the power went out, or a sudden emergency of some kind, so you never know. But if something's laid on the table and not removed before the end of the next meeting, as I said, it dies.
It dies. Okay.
So because it requires a motion to take it off the table,
Right.
and then you go back to where you were.
But evidently people are forgetting to do the motion.
Well, what we've tried to do is encourage people to motion to postpone something time certain, until a certain time, or until something is done.
Yeah.
And and we get occasional things that need to interrupt a meeting, like someone coming in to give a special presentation from the city, for example. And that would stop things, and we have to go by the timing that they can get in.
Right.
And it might be in the middle of something else we're doing.
Now, of course, you don't sit separately from everybody else. You sit in the
I sit
the
in a
half circle,
certain
right?
place. I sit to the right of the chair.
Okay.
And that's because we can confer if we need to. And just mostly I have to make sure that things are in order. And
Yeah. Well,
That's
good.
okay.
Well, that's a big job. And as I mentioned, you take lots of notes because you have to make sure you've got who is, like you said, the motion and who seconded the motion.
my main job is to vet the agenda before it's up, and to look at the minutes before they're published.
I see.
Because my name goes on the bottom.
You sign off on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you guys have some great accomplishments that happened here all the way up until now. Let's talk about them.
Okay, well, it's December, so I thought it'd be nice to look backwards. And we've already done our accomplishments a couple of times in November. But anyway, some of the highlights are, well, the Equestrian Center has seen many improvements and different usage, including the Renaissance Fair and other things.
Yep.
The new operating system software is amazing. It's cloud-based, and it's known as the ERP, which stands for Enterprise Resource Planning.
Okay.
And this upgrade will give the system a streamlined, so it's incorporating other systems that we already have. It's going to cut out a lot of paperwork and consolidate obsolete systems, which are no longer serviced by the current software.
Right.
It's going to give us all greater security and efficiency, because it's harder to break into it.
Good.
Because it's in the cloud.
Yep. Well, that's good to know. And also, you mentioned, paper. It's also going to save a lot of time.
Time and energy, and it'll serve us as a community better with more efficient service. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Right now they're working on financials, and we won't see a lot yet, but you will next year.
Okay.
There have been lots of cost savings that we've mentioned before. The landscape has started using automated sprinklers, which are regulated by weather, not timers.
Oh, perfect.
So when it's raining, they stop. They don't
great.
go on.
Yeah.
Vehicle replacement policy has been developed that where we'll save over $600,000 by getting vehicles that either eliminating some vehicles and changing some to more efficient
Right.
styles. And of course, there's always negotiations to improve fees from Laguna Woods City and West Coast Internet. And of course, the budget process itself is always being revised. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of it, and they're cutting out things that they can cut out all the time. We've had various improvements to the tennis courts. They've been resurfaced. Pickleball courts have new lights,
Yep.
and those are the main highlights I wanted to mention today.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
And next slide.
And then you're looking forward to 2023.
Oh, yeah. And one of the most interesting things for me is the improvements in the website. You will find it easier to find things, and just you'll have a different look, not entirely different. We're working on, there's a consultant going to come in and work with us who knows about these things
Good.
and will help us put it all together. Our website is hundreds of pages long.
Right. Right. And you know, sometimes it's a little hard to find things.
A
So
little hard, yeah.
yeah. One thing that I always go to is the search button. So at least if you go to search and you type in a word, sometimes you're going to find things that are related to that. So it might be a little easier, but that's going to be a
By
great
that
improvement, I
time,
think.
you'll get the actual word you want.
Yeah.
Today, you might put in, you know, something and you get teacups or something like that. You get nothing to do, well, you have to know where to look right now on the website.
Exactly.
And of course, the Building E replacement, Building E is an administrative building with the staff, and it's a very important building. It's where we house security and M&C and landscape, and it's been noted for several years that it needs to be replaced.
Okay.
And so we're working on that right now, and you'll see something happening soon.
Okay.
And then the transition from cable to internet. Many people are already doing this,
Yeah.
and they, you know, they just go to the internet, and you can get almost everything you can get on cable. And the fact is, cable is disappearing, not just here, but all over,
Exactly.
as we improve,
Right.
you know, stuff in the air.
Exactly. Well, and satellite too.
Absolutely. And of course, GRF continues maintenance and improvement of all the amenities and buildings, and you'll see that continuing throughout the year.
Great.
The GF board is a very talented team. Each member has gifts to share, and we all work closely with the BMS staff and the other boards.
Right. Right.
Okay.
And that's, you've got, so this is interesting. So inaccurate information costs us all money. What do you mean by that?
It costs us money by either the staff researching for the accuracy and taking the time to do it, or legal fees if it isn't accurate and people sue us.
Yikes.
It gets to be that serious. Or maybe the people who are sending out the inaccurate information are suing with inaccurate information. So, and every time there's something like that, we have to answer. We, meaning our legal team, has to answer. So that costs us money. I mean, not
Exactly.
just, it's not GRF. GRF is you guys. I mean, you, the residents. And we're all residents, and we all have to do that. So, so how do you find accurate information? First of all, the actual board meeting or committee meetings, you can go to them.
Yep.
Most of them are here in the boardroom. Another source right now is What's Up in the Village, the weekly email that we get. That's very informative. And of course, the Great Breeze magazine, which has some extended articles on different issues.
Right.
And website documents, especially if you go to the agendas, because in the agendas you'll find the backup for whatever's coming up in the meeting, and that's an important source. Most people don't go to the agendas because it looks daunting,
Right.
But
Right.
but that's a place to find information.
Well, especially if you are looking for something in particular, right? And you want to, and you
Right.
can always tune in virtually as well. It's
Absolutely.
either on Granicus, or there are oftentimes they can go to the website and they can click on governance and the agenda, and then click on that and they can also see it there.
No, that went by pretty fast. So,
Well, if you ever need information, of course, they could always.
but it is published.
yeah, exactly.
And it's published in the Breeze. How to get there is published in the Breeze,
Mm-hmm.
and it has also been on the weekly emails.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it may have been in the Globe. The Globe is a very good resource for information on clubs and so on, among other things. You got to be careful with letters to the editor, because sometimes those letters have not been checked.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to do with freedom of speech. Anyone can say almost anything in
Right.
public.
Right.
But if you are the person passing the information along, find out about it. Make sure that it's correct. And if you're the person reading the information, what is the source? Where did that information come from? So that's what I have to say today.
Well, that's good information, because, you know, it's good that you point those things out, because oftentimes people have different types of sites that are really sites for arguing, and they send out misinformation and things like that. But I like the fact that you tell people, check your sources and do your own fact checking.
Absolutely, and it's available. And if you can't find it, you can call. You can call you can call the CEO's office, as a matter of fact.
You could, but we also have an email that you could send information to as well. And so we'll go ahead and refer everybody to that one, and then it'll be sent off to the appropriate person.
Catherine would be the
Catherine
Laster.
Okay, perfect.
Poor gal. But she's a very good source.
Well, thank you very much for the information. I truly appreciate it. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, thank you. May you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a blessed New Year.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, if you want any information about what we have discussed, you can always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org, and it will go to the appropriate person. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Ron and Tracy Murray, who you might know as Sensei Ron and Zumba Tracy. Well, welcome both of you. It's nice to finally meet you in person.
Thank you, Lisa.
Good
Very nice to
morning.
meet you as well.
And, you know, I just hear nothing but wonderful things about the classes you guys do. Everyone is so active, and, you know, when you move to a community like this, you certainly want to be able to have classes like yours. And before we get to all of those classes, I want to learn a little bit about both of you. So Ron, tell me about yourself and how long you've been doing this.
All right, I've been doing it for about 30 years now. I started, my son was 4 years old, and he took the classes, and he wanted me to join. And they did such wonderful things for him. And then we did it as a family.
Okay.
So we grew up, he grew up, and then my daughter, and the three of us went on to become kickboxing champions.
Oh, so now I know you do a combination. It's kickboxing, karate, and self-defense. Was
Yes.
it always that way?
No, originally we were just karate, the
Okay.
Kempo karate.
Okay.
Then we branched off and made our own school for kickboxing. And then when we moved up here, I got involved in IKTA, which
Okay.
is Intercontinental Kickboxing and Thai Association from Italy, and we represent them here in the USA and here in Orange County.
Wow.
And that's for the kickboxing.
Are you still competing?
No. But I did compete up until I was 55 years old.
Wow. Okay. And then how long have you guys lived in the village?
2 years.
Oh, 2 years. Okay.
Yes.
So not very long, but that's okay, because now they at least know you're here.
Yes.
And what about you? How long have you been doing this?
So I have been teaching Zumba a little over 8 years. I just celebrated my eighth year anniversary as a Zumba fitness instructor. I got certified back in 2014 when we lived in Imperial Beach, San Diego.
Okay.
And we both taught classes there for quite some time, and then we moved up to Laguna Woods in 2020.
Okay.
And I've been teaching since early of 2021, my Zumba program here at Clubhouse 2 and Clubhouse 5.
And what did you do prior to that? I mean, obviously, you said you guys as a family were doing something. What did you used to do?
Prior to being a Zumba instructor, I was actually an executive assistant. I worked 9 to 5 in New York for over 25 years when we used to live in New York.
And sometimes I think that is, lots of people do stuff like that, right?
Correct.
They leave their 9 to 5 job, they're just done with it, right? And then they just want to do something fun.
Correct.
And Zumba is fun, but it is, well, when I tried it, it was hard. I'm wondering, how hard are your classes?
So my classes are Zumba Gold, and they're actually designed for 50 and over, which is very little jumping, low impact, but great workouts, super fun for an hour. You burn up 500 to 600 calories, 5 to 6,000 steps in 1 hour of Zumba.
Sheesh.
And it's just a fun social outlet. It doesn't even feel like you're working out. It's a
like
great,
dancing, right?
great social party, exactly.
Yeah.
It's Zumba Dance Fitness. It's Latin and American music. And the songs are super fun. We have a great group of ladies and guys that take my classes.
Yeah.
And they've actually become some of our close friends here since we've moved here.
Isn't that great?
And we've brought a lot of people together between Ron's classes and my classes as well, which is a wonderful aspect of teaching here in the village as well.
Well, exactly. And I think that's the class I need, is the one that's for over 50, because I think I was trying one where there's a lot of young folks, and man, it was moving really fast. And
Yes.
sometimes you're just so out of breath. I'm like, okay, that's enough of that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Now, I like the fact that you combine all three things, right?
Yes.
Because there are aspects of karate that come into play, and there's aspects of kickboxing that can be used for self-defense.
Yes, and we've designed some of the program for self-defense, particularly, escapes from moves or attackers. So some people come for the self-defense, some people come for the kickboxing, some people come for the karate, and most people wind up blending all the programs together. They can go for belt rankings if they wish, but that's optional. They don't have to.
Okay.
They can wear a gi, a traditional gi if they want, again, optional.
Okay.
We're there for the fitness, for the fun, the camaraderie.
Yeah.
People are incredible. These people that take the class, they just blow my mind. They are there. They're all in. They are powerful, strong,
Yeah.
and they started from nothing. They just began here at this age,
Yeah.
and the steps they make is just incredible.
What are some of the things people should keep in mind if they're going to sign up for your class?
Well, first of all, just make sure you check with your doctor that you can do some impactful things.
Sure.
Because, I hold mitts, we wrap people's hands, we put boxing gloves on, so a portion is punching and learning those moves. You don't want to do it if your doctor says your hands couldn't tolerate it.
Right.
But if you're reasonably fit, you can go easy. You don't have to go hard.
Okay.
It really is for everybody.
Okay. What about balance and things like that? Is that important?
It's huge. Most of the things that we do is really geared towards balance. My sensei told me balance is 95%. And he said, I might be lying. It might be 98%. So, it's the key thing. All the moves we make is centered around your balance.
Okay.
And we work at that in every class.
Okay, excellent. And then for Zumba, of course, you do dance moves.
Correct.
And you do movement.
Correct.
So if you are having difficulty with any of your balance, is it ideal for them not to sign up?
Actually, no, it would be perfect. You also learn a lot of stability, as well as balance. It's great for the muscles, toning, sculpting body. If anybody has disabilities that put them in a wheelchair, such as, they could easily do Zumba Gold in a wheelchair. You could also do it in a chair. You could do chair fitness within a Zumba Gold class as well.
Okay, so you have modifiers no matter what
Absolutely.
it is that you do, right?
Absolutely,
yes.
Okay, great. Well, let's take a look at when the classes are. So you've got varying Zumba classes. And you said they have Zumba Gold, which is what?
Right, so it's Zumba Gold throughout the week. It's Monday morning at 10 a.m. at Clubhouse 2.
Okay.
Wednesday morning, 9 a.m., Clubhouse 5 in the big ballroom. And Friday, it's back at Clubhouse 2 at 9 a.m. And we use small weights, 1 to 3 pounds. These are my Zumba weights. And
They
my
sound like
toning
Caracas.
sticks. Exactly.
Yes.
So 1 to 3 pound weights. Everybody brings their own weights from home.
Okay.
And we incorporate the free weights in some of the songs, and it makes it a whole lot of fun. It's a great
Nice.
workout. It
Okay.
adds to the toning and sculpting, and you burn up a lot of calories, so it's a lot of fun. I also teach Aqua Zumba and that program ran for about 4 months from June to September, and that was at Clubhouse One, and it was a whole lot of fun. I had a great group of people. It's aqua dance, it's Zumba dance songs in the water.
Okay.
And it is just a whole lot of fun, and I'll be resuming that in early springtime this coming year.
Perfect, perfect. Well, we'll have you back before then. We'll talk more about that one, and maybe maybe you could bring along like one of your students.
Perfect.
And you too, bring one of your students
yeah,
so they can
absolutely.
talk about how much fun it is.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, thank you both so much. I really appreciate the information, and congratulations. What a great thing.
Thank you.
so much.
You're welcome. If you want more information about either class, either Zumba or the karate, kickboxing, self-defense, you can get in touch with Recreation at vmsinc.org. We'll be right back. Good job. Welcome back, where our movie for today is A Christmas Carol. And this one is starring Patrick Stewart. Now, we do have a meeting that runs at 1 o'clock today, so we estimate that the movie will start a little bit later than normal, somewhere around the 3:30 hour, and that will be with subtitles, and then later at 6 o'clock without subtitles. So you can catch that today. And then wanted to just go over the weather before we head out. Of course, we are looking at rain today, and that will taper off somewhere around the noon hour. And then we are looking at sunshiny skies for the rest of the week. No rain in sight as of yet. So take a look at these numbers: 54-41, 58-41, 59-44, 62-47, and 60-48. Also, you can rewatch our program at 12:35 Monday through Saturday, or you could go to our YouTube channel, Village Television. Have a great day in the Village, and we will see you again tomorrow morning right here at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The Foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
Are you struggling to hear in your noisy dining room? Do you have to pause and think about what people are saying so you can figure out the words? Do you find yourself lost in conversations? Can you hear but you don't understand the words people are saying? You need to get on the Ark. No, not Noah's Ark. This is Stewart's Ark hearing aids with artificial intelligence. You will never know how much better you can hear until you listen to the clear sound and noise right in our office. Call us today. Don't miss the boat, and tell them Stewart sent you.